All right, it's nighttime anyway. Y'all don't need to see me. Y'all just need to see what the hell I'm saying. Y'all see my hand right there. Y'all just need to hear what I'm saying. So, King Von. Rest in peace to King Von, man. Damn, I know I'm late on this video. He died on November 11th, I believe. Or was that Mo 3? That's another one. Rest in peace to Mo 3 as well. But this one more so is going to target King Von because I want to talk about Chicago real quick. You know, we lost FBG Duck. He was taken from us, I think August 4th, if I'm not mistaken, or was it the 14th? I'm not sure. I think it was August 4th. We lost FBG Duck. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I do have a picture of his going home service program, and I haven't looked at it too recently. So I think it was August 4th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, like Chicago loses another face of the city. I mean, let's just be honest. He was a face of the city. I know he was a face of his hood, regardless of his rank as like a big homie, a little homie, or or just a frontline man in the streets. At the end of the day, he was a grown dude. He was a grown man. I think he was like, what, 26 years old? Maybe 28, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he was 26 or 28. I think he was 26, but dude had 3 kids. His music was going up. He was putting his niggas on. Well, let me not say that because YouTube and all the glory gonna try to demonetize, hey, I'm black, if it means anything. I'm just talking to my people real quick. So I gotta speak into a language they understand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't do everything PG-13. Sometimes you gotta tell it to them raw. So. But yeah, man, looking back at all the people that we've lost. I mean, I'm not from Chicago. I'm from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And we took our losses years ago. Early 2000s, we lost Soldier Slim. We lost Yellow Boy, Badass Yellow Boy. Who else we lose? I think we also lost Chaos the Kid. Where we lost a few people in New Orleans. But in Chicago was really turning up a new wave of superstars. And it seems like no matter where you looked in Chicago, anybody who was becoming a name in music, who was getting their buzz up, ended up getting clipped. They ended up getting cut out the picture, bro. They ended up getting killed. And it's just like, at some point, bro, we gotta understand that we gotta leave the street shit alone. Imagine if all the dudes that got killed, like I can give you a list of motherfuckers who was rapping and ended up getting killed or put in jail behind some dumb shit, and their careers just came to a halt. Imagine if all these guys, now I'm finna go down the list of names, because I don't know if it started with this particular person. I'm just talking about people that was rapping. I'm not talking about guys from like Tuka all the way down to, recent deaths to like Vaughn or known names in Chicago. I'm talking about people who actually rapped. That had that superstar potential but never really was able to live that out because their life got taken from them or they got put in jail for an extended amount of time, to where if they come out, they really not gonna have that much of a chance no more. Hip hop is a young man's game, but they could probably still finesse it and get themselves in a deal or something off of the buzz that they had prior to them going to jail or what have you. But for us, and from the outside looking in, for us, all this bullshit really started is with Capone. It was this kid called, I don't know if it was La Capone or if it was called L.A. Capone. I think it was L.A. Capone, forgive me. Had to spit, but I think it was L.A. Capone. It all started with him, really. Because he, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I think T.I. took interest in him. T.I. from Grand Hustle, Atlanta, Bankhead. He actually was finna sign the kid before dude ended up getting, killed. He got shot in the leg, I believe, in the back of the leg, or was it just the leg? But he didn't make it out the hospital. But dude could actually rap. Lil Kid was actually able to rap, though. If you go back and listen to a few L.A. Capone songs that was actually out there, he could rap. He could rap so much to the point where you knew this kid had superstar potential. Then after him, who was it? I think Rondo number 9 ended up getting put in jail for an extended period of years over that taxi driver. Shout out to Tay 600 because I think earlier this year he got his name cleared. People wanted to call him a snitch and all that. But, the truth finally got revealed. The documents came out and it was, I believe, L.A. Capone's sisters that had told. And for some reason, Tay 600 name got caught up in that. People was like lying on his name and all that. But, he got his name cleared finally, so hopefully T600 can get his momentum back as far as like being in the music industry and all that, and people can stop calling him a snitch and all that because he's officially not that. Something was, anybody who keep their ear to what's going on, something was funny about T600 being a snitch, so I didn't believe it, but I'm glad his name finally got cleared. But yeah, Rondo number 9 ended up getting thrown in jail. We have Fredo Santana. Now, granted, he died from lean, but he was still a superstar. You know what I mean? Chief Keef, he made it out. I think it was Chino got killed. Chino, I think he was rapping a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, but I know his name came up more than once. I heard it. It was OTF Chino, Newski, from OTF Newski. He ended up getting killed. He just signed a Lil Durk, and I think a little while, like a day or so after he got signed to Lil Durk, Lil Durk had signed him. He got killed. It was Lil Mister. For anybody who know about Lil Mister could actually fucking rap. He got killed. Young Pappy. Now, Young Pappy was a fucking rapper. He had the energy. He had the streets behind him. He had it all. You know what I'm saying? But he got killed because he was active in them streets. But he had a career. He was a superstar. He had everything that was going for him. The way you look at Young Pappy, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of like Pop Smoke, but better, in my opinion. Like Pop Smoke, he could rap. He knew how to make a hit. And Young Pappy was the same way, but Young Pappy really knew how to like spit. And, like, in my opinion, I think he spit a little bit harder than Pop Smoke. But Pop Smoke definitely knew how to make a hit, but not to bring him into it. But Pop Smoke, he another one. Even though he's not from Chicago, he from New York, but still, who else was it? Mubu Crump. Even though people think Mubu Crump just had it coming to him because he was dissing a lot of, dead Chicago rappers and all that. He actually got killed on King David's Day. Anybody who know about, the black disciples in Chicago, y'all know about King David, aka David Barksdale. He's one of the names that rings bells in Chicago gang history. And that was actually King Von's grandfather. So, you know what I'm saying? King David, on the day that they consider King David's Day, Mubu Crump got killed on that day. Who else? I'm trying to think. Who else got killed? It was some other people in between that I can't think of off the top of my head. But Chicago lost a lot of talented people, bro. Like a lot, like if they were still alive, Chicago easily would be taking over the music industry. The influence that they had on the music industry, shout out to FBG Duck, because he was one of the first drill rappers. I don't know if he was the first one or if he was one of the first ones that really pushed drill rap. I remember FBG Duck music videos back when he had like he was skinny as hell and his dreads were short as fuck. Like his dreads wasn't even falling down the side of his head in the videos that I seen when he first got started. You know what I mean? But he was active. I think Boss Trail, that was another one. I think Boss Trail, he was I think he was a little dude that rapped too. Of course, everybody know about Lil JoJo. Lil JoJo was just now getting started rapping. He didn't really even get a chance to really rap for real. Um, that was the one that kind of started off like the whole war with the BDKs. Like it kind of reignited something. Uh, you had Melly from Young Money. Young Money is like a little clique out there of you know, it's a little clique out there. I don't know what gang they're affiliated with, but that's just like they clique. Young Money, Melly from Young Money, not YNW Melly, but 051 Melly. He got killed. I think he was starting to rap a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't heard anything, but I think his name rung bells again. A superstar that ended up not getting it. They had Von from Kill to Survive. That's another one. You know what I mean? Uh, like Chicago lost a lot. And when you think that wave or that era of killing notable figures in these various hoods and different sections of Chicago, as soon as you thought motherfuckers made it out of that, Chief Keef, he made it out of that. He moved out of Chicago, whether it was for a court order or whatever the case was. He moved out of Chicago. He's still living. 600 Breezy 600. He got out of there. He's still alive and kicking. Regardless, because I don't have any personal, interactions with any of these guys that I'm naming, so I can say, I fuck with certain people. Off of the fact that I appreciate the fact that young black men are living, but at the same time they caught up in the streets. They got personal issues with each other, and for the ones that are still alive, I hope they continue to live, because this bullshit is like you're killing off your own teammates, not necessarily in the streets, but if it was Chicago versus everybody that I named would be like an all-star team for Chicago. You know what I mean? And half of these guys got killed by people from their own city. And of course, this stems from like rivalries from the gangs that they was affiliated with or are affiliated with. But still, niggas gotta look at the big picture. And then we lost FBG Duck. That right there was a big loss, not only for the GDs all over, but for the St. Lawrence GDs, that section of GDs. And then O Block, once Chief Keef had left from O Block, King Von, he started rapping. He became like the face of the hood, regardless of what he may have done in the streets. But he became the face of the hood. You know what I mean? And we lost him like months after we lost FBG Duck. These are two notable faces in Chicago. You know what I mean? In the music business. It's fucked up. Somebody please protect Lil Durk. I don't know if any negative energy is going towards him or whatever the case may be, but Lil Durk needs to stay alive. I'm just saying. He needs to stay alive, by all means. Young Durk, stay alive. Please, bro. Like, you are the hope of a dying generation. Like, you don't even understand. For Chicago rappers, you are literally the hope of a dying generation. I don't care what anybody says. Lil Durk, Chief Keef, he off, living wherever. He been out of the bullshit for so damn long. But Lil Durk, he out of it, but he's kind of still connected, because Von was like his best friend. If I'm not mistaken, Von father and Lil Durk father was friends. You know what I mean? So they really grew up together, probably. You know what I mean? So, I just think about that shit. Like, what if everybody in Chicago, even though it's a fallacy because people got their personal issues with people again, but you got to think about it. What if all the people in Chicago that got killed were still alive and still rapping, still getting their money? If it was a Chicago versus everybody dream team, all the people that I named that could actually rap, from Young Pappy to L.A. Capone to Lil Mister to fucking FBG Duck to fucking King Von to anybody that can rap. I never heard any songs from Newski, so forgive me if I don't know about his body of work. But you know, just imagine that though. And it sucks. For somebody on the outside looking in, obviously this shit hurts for a different reason. I know people who in the streets who don't give a fuck about rapping, you know, they celebrating for whatever reason. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta let that shit go or just don't celebrate at all. Like, you ain't gotta sit there and be best friends with somebody that died or anything like that. Like, you can give your ops, you know what I'm saying, you know, or your enemies, you know, props for who they are. You know what I mean? It was people that gave King Von his props. It was people on the other side that gave FBG Duck his props. You know, even FBG Duck, he made plenty of songs, not just Chicago Legends, but he got plenty of videos out with Zach TV and, you know, a few other platforms where he actually, mainly Zach TV. And people driving hella fast. You never know out here, bro. I swear. Anytime somebody drive fast like that, you always, you know, me, like I'm from New Orleans, so I know when somebody driving fast like that, 9 times out of 10, that means something finna get, you know, a window finna roll down and something finna pop off. I don't really care. Like, you know, I ain't did nothing to nobody, but then again, a lot of people didn't do nothing to nobody and they still got gunned down. So you never know. You know, some people just trigger happy like that. But nevertheless, yeah, it's really one of those situations where you just look at it from the outside looking in and be like, damn, this dude was rapping, this dude was rapping, this dude got a buzz, this dude got a buzz, this dude got a buzz. You know what I mean? It's just a list of rappers that just aren't here no more. I'm talking about Chicago had an all-star team. I'm talking about an all-star team. They had LeBron James. I'm talking about Michael Jordan. If we're going to compare them to anybody in the NBA, they had Kobe Bryant. They had everybody, bro. They had any superstar you could think about in basketball. Chicago had them level of rappers. You know what I mean? As far as like popularity. You know what I mean? So, but just for Chicago rap scene, you know what I'm saying? Some of them were still on their way up. But it's fucked up. Of course, rest in peace, Mo 3, because he died like a day after. It's just a whole list of bullshit, man. Like, calm down. You know what I mean? And I said this during FBG's Duck when FBG Duck ended up getting killed. I mentioned this, that people have to put their personal issues to the side when it comes to certain things. You know what I mean? And you got to look at the bigger picture. If people from Chicago that got real beefs is going to look at or is going to go on shows, any type of podcast, you know what I mean, or any type of video and say, look, we need to put the guns down, we need to come together, we need to get this shit right, then the people who are their enemies with, at the very least, should open their ears and be like, you know what, we're right, because they going on the same podcast and on the internet saying the same thing. So if the enemies understand this and you understand this, then maybe some type of shit needs to go on where we sit down at the table and say, look, y'all ain't got to say our names, we ain't got to say y'all names. The videos that are already out, you know what I'm saying, they're out there already. But we ain't gonna make nothing new dissing y'all dead homies, and y'all ain't gonna make nothing new dissing our dead homies. And over time, maybe then we can start doing songs together, yada yada yada, and just count it and just charge it to the game. You know what I mean? Just charge it to the game. That game being gangbanging. Here come this nigga with Zoom. Same damn car just passed by twice, bro. I'm weary of this shit. The same car passing by twice. The same damn lane, speeding at the same speed, bro. Come on. This is not a section where you can joyride like that, but yeah, people got to understand, bro. It's a bigger picture than what you had. It's bigger than your personal issue with the person that you're going at. If the person that you're beefing with, right, regardless if he's supposed to be a boss, regardless if he's supposed to be growth and development, regardless if he's supposed to be a big homie, a little homie, or whatever, you have to have enough common sense to know, okay, this guy means something to his hood. Now, if I take him out, or somebody I know takes him out, they may be scores from my hood, but at the same time, with the overall picture being the city of Chicago, we losing somebody very important. You know what I mean? Even though the person that may be a big wig, or I just seen the car just pass by down the street, that same car, motherfucker just doing circles around. I ain't staying out the third time, man. He ain't finna catch me slipping. You know, not to act like that, but still, like, the same car and pass by twice at the same speed. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. But yeah, at the end of the day, it has to be something in you that recognizes that, okay, you mean something in your hood. It can't just be shoot them up down, shoot them up bang bang all the time. Sometimes you just got to catch fade if you can't see eye to eye with this person like you want to. It can't always be, you know what I'm saying, you fighting people or you shooting somebody. Sometimes it has to be, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it has to be, you know what I mean? Let's just put the guns down so that everybody can live. And you gotta, and if you the person that got to say so in your section, you need to calm your people down and be like, look, at the end of the day, nobody needs to die. That don't make you look weak. At the end of the day, you understand what it is. It's more important to live than to die. We all got people we need to go get home to. We all got families and all that. And ain't nobody too gangster than to come together and agree to live. Nobody's too big, and nobody's bigger than that. You know what I mean? And some people out there just, they so focused on looking like the top shooter in their hood that they don't understand that it's bigger than that. It's much bigger than that. You don't have to be the nigga that, just shoot down everybody. Sometimes you can give somebody a blessing and say, you know what, I'm gonna let you pass, Just, what I'm saying, watch out with all the extra shit. And then the dude that you're giving the pass to, he need to be understanding that, look, these dudes who always dissing your hood is like, look, I respect what you're doing enough to say, you know what, you need to stay alive. You know what I mean? So even if they don't say it directly, you know what I mean? That car literally just passed by the same fucking side. Of course, he went slower. The motherfucker literally just passed by the same fucking, man, whatever. I'm glad I'm off that section. You don't know what motherfuckers be thinking. But yeah, at the end of the day, you gotta put your best foot forward, and you gotta be more understanding than the last dude. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need any more superstars from Chicago or anywhere else. Rest in peace Pop Smoke, rest in peace Mo 3. Regardless of what the case is, man, 2020, man, was on some bullshit. Like, even Lil Boosie got shot in the leg. Just being at a candlelight visual for Mo 3. You know what I mean? Like, and then Benny the Butcher at the same area, he ended up getting shot. Like, it's just, Benny the Butcher, from Griselda, you know what I'm saying, with Conway the Machine and West Side Gun and all that, Boosie and Benny the Butcher, they fine. I think they gunshot wounds was like minor, but still, it's dumb. Y'all just be safe out there, man, and remember, everything ain't gotta end in gun violence. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all gotta learn how to fight, man, because you might get your ass whipped. You might, you know what I'm saying, just call them up and get, you know what I'm saying, get your squabbles on another time. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to admit you got your ass whipped. It happens to the best of us. Even Mike Tyson got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And if you think you the Mike Tyson, yeah, eventually you're going to be your Buster Douglas. Everybody not going to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody going to hit back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always got to result in somebody dying. You know what I'm saying? You ain't always got to be, you know what I'm saying? Shooting motherfuckers. It's just, it's stupid. As far as the King Von situation go, I think somebody said that it was an off-duty cop that actually shot him. I know they're trying to blame that kid that got locked up, or I don't know how old the dude was, but somebody said it was an off-duty officer that actually shot and killed, that shot into the crowd. One of the bullets that he shot hit Vaughn, and it killed him. So like that shit still feel unreal because it's like FBG Duck and King Von should literally still be here. You know what I mean? Like they should literally still be here making their music, still being here for their loved ones. You know what I mean? Because without them, you know what I mean? It's, shout out to THF Bezu as well. I know him and Vaughn was cool. I don't know what Bezu doing these days. I know he started to rap. But yeah, man, it's it's a lot of stupid shit going on, and motherfuckers need to smarten up. So with that being said, man, thank you guys for listening. Peace, and you know what I'm saying? Be humble in victory, be gracious in defeat, but show no mercy in battle.